Now look at this article taken from PIB Press Information Bureau. Now this article has made news because a very important initiative, Make in India initiative, it has completed 10 years and we are successfully moving ahead with this particular initiative. So from the mains perspective, we have to learn about the initiative, what are all the strengths of it, what are all the weaknesses and how it can be rectified. Here the syllabus has been mentioned, it can be asked in the GS paper 3 under economy and in the GS paper 2 under government policies and initiatives for development of various sectors. Now we shall start with India's automotive industry. See, this particular automotive industry started to grow only after LPG reforms. LPG is nothing but liberalization, privatization and globalization. So these reforms happened in 1991 and we brought in two major change. Firstly, delicensing. See, priorly to establish a particular company itself, government's surveillance was too high. So the corruptions also was too high and the procedural delays was there very frequently. And that is why a lot of companies could not establish and a lot of FDI was not there. And we brought in these two major changes. We delicensed, meaning the government's surveillance has been declined. Even today you have to get license, but the interference of government has been reduced. Then 100% FDI through automatic route. So automatic route is a special category under which FDI can be brought in and into our country without any cap and without any lot of delays. So these two things we have done, and 36 billion in FDI over the past 4 years has been arrived to our country. Now the globalization, it had played a very important role because when we connected to different countries and different regions through trade, we actually could we actually made an opportunity to invite all the global leaders to invest in our country. For example, Hyundai, they have expanded up to 4 billion USD. Mercedes-Benz, they pledged up to 360 million USD. Toyota, 2.3 billion USD. So they are also increasing their capacity. That happened only after this 1991 initiative. And when we talk about this India's automotive industry, they support lot of employment. They provide lot of employment opportunity. Annual report of Ministry of Heavy Industries, they tell that 30 million jobs are supported. This includes all the people who are enrolled in the higher ranks to the lowest ranks. Secondly, they add a lot of value. See, when we talk about manufacturing, they add the real value to our country. So when we talk about the agricultural sector, they provide raw materials and they offer quarterly real value. And we talk about the service sector, we are booming in service sector, but people employed in the service sector is very minimal. So there is no real growth. There is a growth, but it is not contributed to lot of employment to different sector of people in our country. So when we talk about the manufacturing, they provide a lot of economic value. They account for 6% of India's GDP. When we talk about production, 2 million vehicles in 1991 to 92, and from 2 we are producing 28 million when it comes to last year. So the turnover is 240 billion USD. Just imagine how much amount of value the automotive industry is providing. Then we talk about exports, 4.5 million units in financial year 24. And when we talk about Make in India initiative, see, this initiative have the objective in its name itself, Make in India. So you have to we have to produce in India and we have to export it. So it is a very basic thing. Instead of importing all the products from abroad, instead of importing all the automotives from abroad, we have to engage the domestic production. We have to boost the domestic production, and thereby it will contribute to Make in India. So this is not relevant only to one sector. A lot of combinations of sector have to work together to make this initiative possible. So this will bring in localization and self-reliance. We don't have to rely upon the foreign country. Secondly, development of manufacturing hub. Through this we get a lot of employment. Infrastructure also will develop, and we have innovation, encourages development of EV technology, battery manufacturing and charging infrastructure, and it brings a leverage China plus one strategy. This China plus one strategy, it is frequently in news. This China plus one strategy is nothing but a strategy that is followed by the Western world to exclude China when it comes to investment opportunities. So instead of investing every fund in China, Western countries, they are looking for opportunities to invest in different other countries. So this will bring in China's dominance in among the world, and this is a very important thing. And it promotes electronic vehicle market. See, currently India is focusing a lot on electronic vehicle market, and we are aspiring to become a manufacturing hub. Now we shall see quickly go through certain government schemes when it comes to automotive industry. So we have FAME India scheme phase 2. We are currently in phase 2. This focuses on e-vehicle. We have production linked incentive. Production linked incentive is the amount of production you make year on year, you will get incentive based on the production. So we have that for automobile and auto component industry, and we have it for advanced chemical cells, which is nothing but the hydrogen cell. Then we have hydrogen cell, and then we have PM e-drive scheme. This also provides incentive for e-buses that is manufactured locally in our country. E-bus Seva Payments Security Mechanism (PSM) scheme is there, and scheme for promoting of manufacturing of electronic passenger cars in India. So these also comes to public transportation, investing uh, in public transportation, especially e-vehicles. Now here comes the question, what will be the way ahead? So we have to increase the focus on hydrogen cell. So hydrogen cell, the only byproduct of this hydrogen cell is water vapor. So we have to bring in lot of research and development, and we have to physically invest in cell vehicles and biofuels. We have to attract lot of FDI in this particular sector, and for that we have to even more liberalize the procedures involved. Thirdly, we have to strengthen local battery manufacturing and supply chain. And fourthly, we have to increase production of automatic transitions. And finally, we have to expand EV charging infrastructure. It is not frequently available. We have to build infrastructure. So these are all very important facts that you have to remember when it comes to our automotive industry. So here is the mains question. Based on the discussion, you can write an answer and post it in the comment section. India's automobile industry is a key driver of economic growth, employment, and technological innovation. Analyze. So it is a 50-marker question for 250 words. So here you can give an introduction about automobile industry, when the growth happened. Then in the main part of your answer, you can write about the economic growth that provided by the industry, then the amount of employment offered, then how it supports technological innovation. However, what are all the challenges is there, and what will be the way ahead. So you can write this and post it in the comment section so that your peers can also review it. So with these learned points, now let us move on to the next news article discussion.